Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Traveling with Jeff, and today's the first day of the opening of our Cold Lake Museum. It's kind of a special occasion. I will confirm it, but I'm pretty sure they said 100 years old, this museum. So we're right behind the mall along Highway 28, and we're up on the hill. This used to be called Old Radar Hill.
Good day.
Good day, how are you?
Very good. About yourself?
Good. So they just got this radar put up here. This was one of the old radars from sites years ago, and they moved. I want to say it's original radar from here, but I'm going to walk down by the fence so you can kind of oversee the city where we're located. So if you can tell, I'll zoom in. I'm just going to walk over towards the fence here a bit. So there's the road coming in. Can you see it right down there? Now, if I zoom in enough, I don't know, like I can see it with my naked eye, but I don't know if you can see it, the red light there. So right down in the trees at the end of that road, that is the corner of Museum Road and Highway 28. So just to the left of that light is right at Tim Hortons on the left and at the Chevrolet dealer on the right. So the mall is right there. Like Tim Hortons is on the north end of that mall lot. So that's sort of where we're located. And then pan around, and you can't see it because of the trees, but just right, if I aim the camera, right in that direction is the lake. If those trees weren't there, you'd see the lake. But so I'm just going to pan around here. You can see parking lot full, military people here, cadets I see coming in. So it's kind of a big deal. And there is a nice picture of the front of the museum with a statue of Wolverine. And for all of you Marvel geeks out there, Wolverine was actually Canadian. The character, he was born in I think it was Rocky Mountains in Alberta, I think they said, or BC, but it was secret facility. But anyway, kind of cool. So let's go take a look inside because they got a lot of stuff and it's going to be busy. So thanks, and hey, while you're here, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't miss out on some videos I got coming up. I've had to rearrange my schedule, so you'll hear all about it a bit later. All right, here we are. Let's walk in. And here's what happens when you walk in the door. This is what they have sort of as you open up.
There are also going to be people outside in their park and everything like that. Say that again. How are you today?
Good, you?
Good. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm just kind of standing off to the side here. There's a lot of people coming in. Thought I'd show you sort of right around the area. They have a kit shop. So here's all the sorts of things that you can buy, and they gave you a free pin when you walked in. So I just wanted to dig that out and just kind of hold it up here so you can see. So 100th anniversary, there you go. I was correct. I thought it was, but yeah, so that's the nice pin they give us. Free for everybody, so that's a nice souvenir sake to keep. And you can see all the cups and everything they have here.
If you've never visited us before, generally people start by going down here into the radar room. There's a bunch of exhibits there. Our washrooms are just around the corner here. And then more exhibits when you come out of the radar room, you go that way, and then upstairs we have a whole second floor that you're more than welcome to go. Okay, thank you so much.
And as we pan around, it's kind of the first floor here. Oh, I'll get a shot of the t-shirts they have there you can purchase. And I'll give you the link to the description, obviously. They do have stuff you can order, I think, through online. So, and as you walk into the first little section, there's a military presence here. I'm not sure Exactly. I know there's cadets here, and I think they're volunteering, so it's all sort of volunteer thing. The guest book you can sign when you come in. And there's a big window. There's a heck of a glare, but you can see the radar and some of the stuff that's in it. We'll go down and check all that out. First things first. Coffee. Haven't had one yet this morning. All right, so here we go. On to the next little phase. I got my coffee. I was just talking to somebody that I wouldn't say I worked with. When you're in the same unit in the military, there's different sections. For me, I worked as the manager of a multi-function building where you had fancy dinners and parties and had a bar and a restaurant and a kitchen, and I was sort of in charge of the general manager, basically. And she was an administration lady that worked in one building over, but we still belonged to the same unit. I just stopped and chatted with her and grabbed my coffee. So, I don't know where we're going to start. As you can see the sign there, there's that going on, but I think what we'll do is we'll walk down to where I showed you that glass. There's the cadets here. We were looking through the glass and into the radar room. I should take a picture of this guy here. It's kind of cool. All right, let's sort of walk down into. So here, panning around. I hate to set my coffee down and spill something, but I got to tilt my camera a bit so kind of get everything. All right. No coffee. We're good. Again, set my coffee down here and just show you some of the letters and stuff that are in the case. Different things, anniversary dinners that went back to 1996, the 25th anniversary, you know, like an invitation. There's some pictures and there's some plates with the crest on it. And there's a little sign there saying you can touch these. So that's very cool. And then we'll walk down the steps here. So I'll just be showing you some pictures now because there are videos playing. I don't want to, if you want to listen in for a bit. And there's people here giving instructions to some of the equipment. So I'll just stay quiet and
So, just retired this one. After this one came into commission in 1992-ish. And we just took this mission. It's like this big about 77. It does. And it's actually twice as big as this one.
Yeah, it looks deceivingly big.
It is. It's actually. Let me see if we can find someone here to help with scale. Yeah, so you can see that picture up there. And you can kind of see the folks standing in front of us. So it's very broad. So basically, the 77 is similar to that, but actually turn around and see it.
so here is a cool little radar map that shows you where all of the radars were across Canada. So a lot of them were during Cold War, right? So they were in different areas. You had some right through the middle of Canada, as you can see, and then some way at the top of the Arctic, up there. And it ran all along Alaska, Yukon, Northwest Territories, all to the, and that's what the legend. That's what the legend. different colors. You see them underneath, we call them golf balls. And I actually was stationed for 2 years at Northern Vancouver Island, C18 CFS Hoburg. How you doing?
Like an explanation on air traffic control?
You know what? I would. All right, everybody, I'm going to get a little brief talk here from one of the Armed Forces members and about the old radar.
Yes.
So, yeah, thanks. This was used many years ago. Obviously, you can tell it kind of looks old, eh?
Yeah, so it was used in the 70s and 80s. This is what we call an instrument flight rule. So we would use radar to control aircraft. So there's two types of air traffic control. There's VFR, visual flight rules, and
Right.
IFR, instrument flight rule. Visual flight rule, as the name suggests, you use your eyes to control. So it's right around the airport.
Oh, okay.
You basically control all the departure and landing of the aircraft. But for IFR, using the radar, you can control a lot bigger space.
So one is sort of right immediately around the air traffic control tower within so many miles, and then
Yes.
the other one is...
Further out, higher up.
Okay. Oh, okay. Higher up. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
So, with this, for Cold Lake Indians, we can control up to radius of 111 kilometers.
Oh, get out.
From Cold Lake, and then from surface to flight level 600, which is basically up to how as high as an aircraft can fly, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, instrument flight rules. A lot of times when the weather is bad, this is when they'll start using it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because we can see everything on the radar, but when the weather is good, a lot of pilots like to use VFR because they have more freedom. IFR is more restrictive to pilots,
Okay.
but a lot more safer.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Yeah, that's very cool. So, what they use today is obviously a lot smaller.
Yeah, less smaller. It's a computer, so yeah.
Basically, is it probably almost a laptop?
No,
not
it's
that
the size
light.
of a laptop, but
Yeah, it's a
lot of-
special thing. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this I don't know how they use it, like the ball mouse.
Right.
Don't know what they use that for, but
I think I actually seen that was something about moving that cursor. They had a cross,
oh,
right?
okay.
And then they would move it over as identified new aircraft coming in. It would, I think, a blip or something would come up, and obviously I watch a lot of YouTube. A blip and something would come up, and I think that's what they used to use it for. Scrolled it over there, and then as soon as it contacted, I think that all the info for that aircraft come up.
You know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but like say, I follow a few guys on YouTube, and a lot of them, being a veteran myself, old military guys, right? And that's one U.S. guy was an air traffic controller for an aircraft carrier.
Oh wow, okay.
So but he worked on land in the 70s and 80s. He was in Vietnam, and so. But I seen something very similar, and that's what he said. That ball was used to kind of track something that was coming in to their sort of almost basically on the outer edges, and then when it did, the information would come up on them. Very cool. Oh, great. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Well, let's walk through here now, and see the cadets over there. The gentleman right in the center of the screen there, the tie, white shirt, red tie, is our member of parliament for the province, not the federal government. Oh, totem pole. Didn't know it's that totem pole here. So I got a feeling, everybody, that this is probably going to be a longer video, because if I've only hit this one spot and I've probably got half an hour worth of filming, it might be a little bit longer. But you know what? It's kind of a special thing. 100 years. I want to make sure you get everything in and you'd be able to come into the museum. All right, so we'll walk up here. I'm not sure what direction I'm going, but so let's go this way. Oh, arrows on the floor saying I should be. Yeah, so I'm just bringing me back up to the front, so I got to go. I gotta go the other way.
Well, the building is the original.
So we'll just do a quick walkthrough again. Throw my coffee cup out. There's Tim Hortons coffee. And only personally, I'm not a big fan, prefer McDonald's. Don't tell Tim Hortons that way. All right, so let's go upstairs here. See some of the nice plaques they have on the wall there. As we walk up stairs, sorry about that, I'm just panning my scroll wheel to make sure that I'm in instead of too far out, and vice versa.
Morning.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't either. I mean, my God. As soon as I came here, they said you're posted in Air Force Base, huh?
Yeah, well, it's almost kind of like I'm learning stuff in the museum.
Yeah.
And showing the museum.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it's cool. Anyways, take care.
Yeah, thank you too. So I'm going to sort of walk down to this end because what they got here is they got a placard on the walls and then engines in front. So we'll take a look here. Oh, I got to pan up. 1950s.
TVs only got heavier from there. They got lighter for a bit and they got heavier again. Flat glass were the heaviest.
Yeah.
You know what was weird? Right around the time we were here. We're back where we were. I mean, 50 years ago. Oh, those are your daughters again. Wow. Who'd you take these? 6 years. Have you been here?
When did the deposit and every ejection seat that it was ever blown.
It's now going to get demolished.
It was a museum.
Could be part of that in 6 all the couple that are going to get demolished. Those pictures.
I wonder if that was
See, you're going to be very critical.
All right, so I'm going to pan around here now.
They're not going to know.
So they got a nice wall here. Demo Jets, a legacy of 25 years. So we can pan through these if you want here. I'll get a closer look up. And so there's a little story of the guy. I actually knew him, Jim Billable. Not well, don't get me wrong. Knew who he was, you know, see him now and then. But yeah, so let's start off with.
Oh, that's very awesome. I went everywhere across the country. Used to my dad. For sure. Just like night and day. My parents moved here from China. Not to Chipotle, but to Edmonton. It's literally like night and day. My mental health, my everything. It's just like just having family. So like I can complete that. I know exactly what you're going through. Having good friends there too. It's like. Right. There's no text for ship stuff or anything. As your family. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks. Hey, I know you. Here, let me tell you about the system you developed. Oh, man.
I own the way
That treat you well?
get on my level.
Bit of a, in kind of a spot where the light gets wonky there, so forgive me for a bit of the glare on the on the camera, you guys, or a bit of glare in the picture.
I'm going to. Oh, I got it. I own the way. Look, bottom one. I own the way. It was only 300. That's all she said for 7 days straight.
Okay, so we're sort of back here at the stairs again. This is where we're at the start of the engine, so I'm going to go down the hallway.
Created this whole corner of the 80s with some old videos and ads and whatnot, news items from the 80s. Yeah, that's a 1985 Quasar, and the floor actually came out of a cabin near Murray Lake, and the people who gave it to us emphatically insist that at one time they had a very special house guest at their cabin for a while. Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong has walked on that floor.
All right.
Yeah. But the thing is, he actually, oddly enough, like you know, all the way through the 70s, he kept a very, very low profile.
I don't know if you heard the gentleman talking there. So the Quasar TV and the that floor came out of a house from somebody who I didn't quite hear if they were in the area. They must have been, or associated with the Air Force here. And they said that they had Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon to land, was in their kitchen and walked on that floor.
Whoever else is sit there and they're efficient, they sit there forever. So I'm sitting there here to the store. You know, yeah, we don't. Yeah. There's about 4 or 5 countries that haven't signed on to that. AKA the big ones like the US, Russia, China, here, a superpower, you know, the rules are just one guy.
All right, so we're sort of back here at the beginning. And I think that's all they have for right now, because there's a hallway. Boy, I didn't see it outside, but it's a walkway, and it goes down it's a long, long tunnel, but it opens up to the Indigenous Museum, or display. It's very large, and the oil gas display. So it kind of makes sense that they just closed that off just for today, for this special occasion about the Air Force. So it's kind of cool. Lots of stuff here, lots of things to see. People very friendly, willing to give you a talk of sort of their section, be it the engines, be it you know, sort of what systems they work on. I think the fella that I got in there told me about the radar system. You know, he's modern day radar, and that was older radar. So it's good to have the young guys talking about things that came before them. So yeah, well, hey, you know what? If this is the end, I just say thank you ever so much for coming along with me. As I mentioned beginning my video, a few of my time travel change things I've moved them to the left, as we used to say, or in my case to the right, down the calendar, because a lot of the museums and stuff that I want to head to aren't open till May long weekend up here in the Prairie Provinces. So May till usually September. So I'm just going to push everything by about a month and a half or two, and then be heading out. So stay tuned. But until then, I'll be doing some more local things. be heading around. I got a couple of people called me. Got a greenhouse opening up. Gonna head out there. I'm gonna be doing a Cold Lake Brewery, hopefully, as they set up for summer. I'll be heading there in the north, C2 Center in Bonnyville. So stay tuned. Well, I'll add this in here. I kind of closed my video, and then I came around the corner and saw this. So this is, you know, the sign reads there. It was in French, but why is there a statue of the Wolverine outside the museum? Let's see what he says, how close I was. Oh, it doesn't really say too much about how the marble, how it applies to marble, but just about the statue there.
I've been here quite a few times.
It's nice to have these normally before
This is just a short history of the local newspaper on the base, the Courier.
should have brought the back.
I noticed that the band is playing over there.
I'm sure you guys have lots of stories to tell.
Well, everybody, figured I'd get my ugly mug on here and say thank you very much for taking this time. Make sure you stop down the museum. You're here, they're open right through the summer. Check out the website, I'll have the description below here. And thanks very much for coming along, I really appreciate it.